Hello guys! I hope this is working. Does it work? Let me know in the chat because I'm using a new software for streaming, and yeah, I just ran into some issues, so I do apologize for being a few minutes too late. Alright, so let's get started. Today I'm gonna go over how to deal with motion. In Wysiwyg it is called frames, as we can figure out in a little bit. I just got a call. So I'm gonna set my drone defaults. I can hear and see you. You can see me. I hope you can see my webcam, because I'm not wearing a shirt. Let me put my graphic cards on performance on my PC. Alright, let's start. So first what we're gonna do is we build a truss, which is just a 4 by 4 meter cube. No, not a cube, rectangle. Yeah, that's how it's called. Yeah, Emiliano. I just woke up. I slept for 2 hours because I've been up for way too long, and I thought I'm gonna get some sleep before start streaming. So yeah. What's the version I guess you use? I use Wysiwyg R44. It's pretty nice one. So let's create the truss shape. For the people that are watching that aren't into Wysiwyg or anything else, the grandMA, and clicked because of the DEFCON image. I will be controlling the DEFCON stage, the blue stage, after we went over a small tutorial about how the frames are set up. And then we're gonna do some programming on the actual rig, which should be pretty fun, because yeah, last time I programmed with it, it looked pretty amazing. Alright, so let's take the Euro truss. Yeah, we are in the truss folder. Where's it? Oh. Huh? I don't want a triangle truss. Oh, there it is. 4 meter. Let's create a shortcut for that. Corner blocks, 90 degrees. Alright. Emiliano, update to... What do you mean? change something a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Alright, so now let's put a frame on it. A frame you can see, you can find on the draw. Can you see the strange artifacts left by the mouse in the window? Yeah, I just figured it out and I think I fixed it. I'm not sure. R44 update 2. I think I'm not sure. I got a USB stick with the installer from a friend of mine, which borrowed me the Wysiwyg dongle. So again, big shout out to Thomas for borrowing me the dongle. I think it's update 1. I'm not sure. Alright, so let's go back. There are 2 or 3 options to deal with motion in Wysiwyg. One is linear axis, which means it when you draw it, you can define the way it's gonna travel. So it will only move from this point to, if we click that point, yeah, I don't want that because we need to move it up and down, rotate left, right, and up, down. And rotation axis will only give you access to one rotation to one axis. So someone pointed me out that using frames is pretty nice and easy. So we're gonna take this frame. We're gonna draw a help line to find the center of it, because it's pretty important to put the frame right in the center of the object, because you will be moving it around the object, or around the object will move around the center point of the frame. Why isn't it moving? Oh. Now it is. I need to put it here. Alright, let's see if it is. Put it straight in the center. So once that is done, we can assign any object to this frame. So by doing that, what I will do is go into do a right click, go into properties. There you can see attached to axis of frame. We're gonna choose the frame. So now we have the object assigned in to the frame. We can see that in the design tab, that we can move it how we want it. So now we're just trying out what's possible. So we're gonna use the C axis, and for rotation we're gonna use the X and Y. C will just rotate it. I want that. So to set up or limit your frame, you can go into the motion ranges by double clicking the frame. You can define where it should move. So let's say we go up and down 10 meters, then we go 45 degrees for rotation. Oh yeah, you're gonna set that to 0. So now it looks a bit different. it just changed the end point of, or point A and point B, and the value will still be 100 to 0. For rotation, now we can go only maximum to 45 degrees, which I think is the limit for real live motion objects. I'm not sure. I programmed or visualized a few motion designs for clients in Holland over rigging motion company, also based in the Netherlands, and they told me on some it's possible to do 45 degrees. Alright, so now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna try to create or create a window for nope. No. So now we're gonna go into grandMA to make this motion object controllable. I will be showing you in a second how that works once I have set my OBS to where it needs to be, or I'm using Streamlabs now. If you guys have any questions, now would be the perfect time till I will figure out how to do this. Oh, there we go. I don't get why there is some errors. Alright, so now I'm just gonna leave grandMA over here. That should be easy for everyone to watch. Test. No. Let's just call it new show. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we wanna go into grandMA. We're gonna patch moving path. For the frame, the right one is the moving path, translate, rotate, and scale. We're gonna use one. We patch it to, mostly I patch it to universe 100, but now since nothing else is in the show file, it will be just universe 1. We're gonna go into Wysiwyg again. Is everyone seeing? Are you seeing the? Yeah, the grandMA window is over there. Nice. All right, so we wanna add a console. In this case, a grandMA, which is a grandMA2. We're gonna set the properties to grandMA1. We're gonna output. No, we don't have an. Alright. I think we have to set global setting Wysiwyg on. Show control. Alright. Something isn't quite working out as I wanted to. Oh. That's what. Yeah. So now it should connect. Yes. So we're connected to grandMA now. So what we're gonna do is we patch the motion frame, we create the universe, we go into frame, we patch it to Dmx patch, universe 1, address 1, and now if we go into live mode, what do you mean you can't see the pop-up screen? In Wysiwyg. Oh yeah, I see. It's probably because I'm using window capture instead of display capture, because something with my graphic card isn't working. So yeah, that's a bit of a shame now. Alright, we're in live mode now. I'm gonna put the frame or the view over here so we can control it. In grandMA, we're gonna store our fixture over here. Yeah, when you open options like path, yeah, that's because I'm using window capture. So I'm gonna try to fix it for my next stream. I didn't have the time to. I think I have to set up the configuration in my graphic cards. I don't know, because when I'm trying to capture my display, it gives me a blank space. And yeah. Alright, so now we are in control. Are we? Not really. Oh yeah, that's why. I need to assign the universe as well. Otherwise, there is no. So now, as we can see, when I try to move it, oh, we're in scale. So rotate should work. Yes. Then the other one should work as well. And translation, yes. So as we defined, now we're gonna go into setting up the timings, because yeah, if you have a really a motion rig in real life, it's not gonna snap from the point you put it. It takes some time. What I know is a moving hoist travels half a meter per second. So we're gonna remember that. We're gonna go into fixture types. We're gonna go to the moving path. We're gonna edit the translation C for now, because I know the timings of that. We're gonna click edit row. We're gonna, oh no, that's for grandMA. We're gonna go all the way to the left, to the right. Sorry, I'm still a bit tired. We're gonna go to minimum Dmx time, because we put it to 10 meters. It obviously, because it travels half a meter per second, we're gonna set it to 20 seconds for the whole 10 meters. So now when we move it again, it will move with realistic timing. For programming purpose, I'm not using the Dmx time, because it will once I clear out or do a new position, it will take a while till it goes to that position. Later, when I have everything programmed and I'm trying to just go through my looks, I'm gonna add that, and then I'll see if it is even possible to move like I programmed it to. And that's about it. Alright, so now that's the small tutorial of today. We're gonna go and go over to the defcon show file or the position. I'm gonna try to minimize MA a little bit more. Yeah. So we're gonna load in Wysiwyg the defcon show file. I created it yesterday. Defcon, there it is. Nope. We're not going to save that. Maybe. No, it's still there. Does anyone know why in Streamlabs these things down here happen? Or no, they're gone. Oh yeah, nice. Alright, so I've loaded in the show file. It looks, once we put it up, it looks like this. We have in total 24 moving rigs. We have 8 on this row. We have 8 on this row in the center that is shifted a little bit with an offset in between the first and the second ones, and we have 8 again on the right side. So we're gonna go to live mode now to take control of it. And once we hit connect, yes, we're connected. So now I already created some positions, some small ones. I'm gonna minimize it a little bit more. So if I hit go on my executor, let's see if I have the timings correct. I always assign a fade time. So once I click the executor, we can see the rig is moving. And if we go to the next one, and the next one, so yeah, I programmed those 3 cues yesterday when I was bored. We're gonna go over on how to create those kind of looks. So we're gonna off the executor. I'm gonna find the right layout view. So yeah, there we go. Here I have my my frames. As we can see, once we have it selected, we can move it around and rotate it. and we're gonna off that again. So I'm gonna show you a little trick on how to do an easy and nice looking position with motion rigs when you have them behind each other in a line like we see over here. So we're gonna put it on -3 meter. We go over to the rotation and we put in -45 through 45, and now we will get a kind of snake thingy, spinal, whatever you call it, which looks like this. So as we can see, the first one starts on -45 degrees, and then MA calculates it, and the last one is on 45 degrees. So you can input a lot of different values. Let's say we want to go from -45 through 0 through through 45 through -45, and now we create this kind of look, little bit more spread it out. Looks pretty fun. By the way, the original design and the design we're seeing now is made by Qdance. It was used at DEF CON. It was designed for DEF CON 2018, the Maximum Force. The stage we're seeing is the blue stage on the festival. It is in a tent, as we can see over here. There's a pretty big pre-rig in there, which apparently works in a tent. I never imagined you could hang so much weight into a tent roof, but apparently, as we can see, this thing holds up for 3 days, and it's constantly in motion, so there's a lot of dynamic forces on it as well. So yeah, I'm pretty amazed by that. So now let's program some looks. I'm gonna show you how I would program them and how it works, and how to make it or how to store it in a cue list and then put some fade times on it so it travels smoothly or moves smoothly. So now what I want to do is I want to have the backside started on -6 meters and then just go up to the 0 meter, or the highest point, which is my 0 point, and the lowest is my -6. So I'm gonna select them from bottom to top and then right to left. I'm gonna choose a matrix blocks of 3. I'm gonna go to translate. I put in -6 through 0, and then we end up with this kind of look. I want to change the look of the center rig. I want to invert it so it goes from the highest point to the lowest point. So just gonna select it the other way. We're gonna put in -6 through 0, and now as we can see, we have a pretty nice look created pretty easy. So once that's done, we're gonna store it. hello, what kind of motors do you use? How much weight do they hold? Um, on that rig in real life, they had how's it called? Let me Google that for a second. C1 motion. Oh, yeah, it's a cyber hoist. It got delivered or rented out by MCO Flashlight, which is a client of my company. I work for them on a lot of festivals in Holland. I build mostly lights for them. They also do sound, rigging, lights. Now they don't do video. So yeah, they were responsible for the motion rigging in the blue stage. The weight that one hoist can hold is half a ton, so 500 kilos. The object itself isn't that heavy. The knives you can see on the sides, the deco parts, they are aluminium, so it's pretty lightweight stuff. Truss isn't that heavy as well. It's also aluminium, so you could hang a ton on two hoists, but it's not even close to a ton. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm not good with calculating statics or anything, but yeah, I think it's pretty far away from that. Yo, question. If you work motion in Wysiwyg, you have height and rotation, roll, tilt. But if a truss has two motors in real life, don't you work with this motor heights separately? With cyber hoists, there are two versions of it. I don't know how they call. There's version. Let's call it version 1, the older one, and the newer version, the version 2. In version 1, you have to tell the hoists to go to a certain point. So hoist 1 goes to 2 meters and hoist 2 goes to 3 meters. So you have a little bit of a rotation in the object. That isn't that hard to deal with motion objects that only hang on 2 points. Once you go hang it on 4 points, like the square we used earlier, that's gonna be a lot of calculating where every hoist needs to be. The second version or type with cyber motion is the more intelligent one. I don't know too much about it. I only got it explained once, or a little bit of details about how it works. So they told me you group the hoists together that are on one object. So we have in this point 2 hoist points where it's picked up. So in you take those 2 hoists, you group it together, and I think you can tell it on where the hoists are sitting in real life, and I think the object you can draw out or something, and then you can deal with it the same way I deal with it now. So you can say you rotate it to the left side in the motion desk, and the motion desk will automatically calculate the positions of the hoists where they need to go. So that's I think a pretty easy way, a pretty easier way than the other one. I really want to get my hands on to dealing with motion. I hope that will come in the future. I already asked Flashlight to give me a course, but since the corona crisis, it's a bit hard to do anything. The Dropbox link doesn't work. Do you mean the Dropbox link to the show file of the timecode show. Let me check which link you mean. Let me check really quick. Show file. Wysiwyg file. Dropbox. I'm going to fix that later. If you rewatch the video later, I'm gonna make it work again. I'm not even sure which link it is using, but I will fix it. So it's not gonna be that show file that you see. It's from the previous version, I think. The electric loft stage I built in the last stream I did. So yeah, I made that shareable for anyone. You do need to have Wysiwyg R40 or upwards for the file to be working. So yes, let's continue with programming some positions. Once our look is finished, we're just gonna store it to my queue list, and then we go into the queue list, we add a fade time to it. Let's see if that plays out as I want it to. Yes. So as we can see, it moved pretty smoothly to the position with a fade time of 12 seconds. I put in 12 seconds because that's the if I go from 0.0 to -6, that's exactly the time it would use. So everything just adjusts to that movement speed, and then it looks like it's moving in as an object rather than just every object moving as fast as possible. So this way it looks actually connected. Link to Vic grandMA doesn't work too. Why aren't the links working? PS, very much thanks to Matthias. Great time saver. Yes. I was actually lucky to work a few times with Matthias. I used to work in the design center in Linz, in Austria. One of my working colleagues over there is Thomas, which is one of the greatest light designers operator I know. He is responsible for most of the events that are happening in there. Also works outside. He's also responsible for the Wysiwyg dongle that I'm having at the moment, so he's the one that enables me to do those streams. So big thanks to Thomas again. Can't say it enough, because at the beginning we agreed on borrowing the Wysiwyg dongle for 5 days or so, and now I'm having it almost 2 weeks now, and he still doesn't want it back, but probably will happen in a few days. Alright, let's take another position. Let's go into grandMA. Alessandro, consider that you have your lights in a position. Can you set a marker in such a way that if you move the trusses, the lights remain in that position? How exactly do you mean that? So the way it works here, the lights that are hanging on the objects, which I can highlight, through highlight, These objects are also assigned to the frame, so they will also move with the frame. So it will all stay connected together. Do you use any trick to emulate slow speed of motors? I just use fade times. Normally in real life, a motion hoist has a little bit of a curve, so it doesn't go from 0 to speed 100. It just slowly accelerates and decelerates. I think that's the right word. So it's not like a straight snap, because otherwise you put the pre-rig or the points where the hoist is attached to on a pretty big dynamic force, and you don't want that. So when it stomps the position, or it stops, it slows down rather than just stopping immediately. Alessandro, I think, Alessandro, I know what you mean. So if the truss object is moving down and I have my lights pointed to the DJ, they will stay on the DJ while the object is moving down. I don't think you can do that. It is possible with grandMA. So if you put your rig on the highest point, or on point A where you start, you focus the light on the DJ, and then you go down and you store that preset, and you go down to the point B. Then you focus your lights again to the DJ. You're gonna store that in a position, call it B, and then once your lights you start in Q1, so you use your position A and your position A from the moving rig and the moving lights. So they point at DJ and the rig is on the high point. And then in Q2 you store the position B and also the position for the frame, so the lowest point. And then you add a fade time to it, so the frame will move down, and the moving lights will also change the position or the pan and tilt value, and they will stay on the DJ focused. It's a little bit of a workaround, but yeah, if you want to create something like that in a time code show or in real life, then you have to make sure the motion object and the moving lights are having the same fade time and it's triggered at the same time. You would need black tracks to manage this. I heard about black tracks. I've seen it at Pro Light and Sound. I didn't got that big of a look on it, because I just was busy with checking out Wysiwyg. It looks like a really cool feature. Definitely want to try it out in the future if it's necessary for a project. For a project. So yeah. What is also possible, we dealt with that in the company I used to work for, the rigging motion company in Holland. They wanted to have a motion object with a video wall attached to it, and it can move from left to right on a track and also rotate. And they wanted to use this, make the screen movable in the image it's projecting. So if you have like a big image and you move it from left to right, it will show the whole way of the image. So that is a lot of calculation things, and I think it was done together with how are they called? Tate Towers from America. They do a lot of big staging decks for bands or musicians like Lady Gaga, Justin Bieber. I used to build those sets. It's pretty nice system. Alright, let's move on with positions again. Alright, we have a 0 point again. So what we want to create is like a snake kind of thingy. So we're going to put my rig on -3. All of them, we're gonna choose the first -45 through 45, and the second one we're gonna put also like that. And with my center object, I want to keep it straight but follow a little bit the outline. So we're gonna put it on 0 through -6, which ends up following this perfect line, so it looks like it's moving as an whole object together rather than just every object itself. So let's put a fade time to it as well. Let's clear it out, and once we hit the go button, so what we can do now is we create this look, but inverted. So everything will be on the opposite way. So 0 through -6. No, yeah. And then these ones, these ones. Up. No, I don't want it. -3. Yeah. And -3. Boom. Now we have inverted look, or reversed look as I will call it. I'm going to store that again. I'm going to add a fade time of 12. So now you can create like a movement effect with those two positions, which looks fucking amazing, I think. So my next look will also be some kind of position A to position B with a follow cue. So what I want to do is I put everything off. put those from -6 through 0. Alright. Put the rig on -3. And 45 through -45. So that's position 1. Position B is 0 through -6 again. Inverted. Yes, so we store that again as a second look, or second cue. We're gonna add fade times of 12 to it, and we're gonna make it follow. So now once we hit the executor, it will react like a movement effect. So everything will be exactly on the programmed place within 12 seconds. Oh, need to use tracking. So now, yes. Now it looks like the left, the center, and the right object are kind of moving together in a line, and it's attached to each other, or that's at least the look what I'm going for. Now what I want to do, create a bit of a more complicated look. So what I want to do, we're gonna off that. It does look fucking amazing. Yeah, it really does. The first time I programmed it in Wysiwyg, I was stunned by it and amazed. And the first time I've seen it move in real life, I mean, just imagine standing in there, and in front of you you have 24 moving objects looking exactly like this, and then all of a sudden it all starts to move. That's just something you can't get anywhere else apart from a Q-Dance show. So big shout out to Q-Dance for creating those amazing shows. I don't think they have. They're pretty far away from its competition. So yeah, the stuff they do at DEF CON is completely out of this world. They have pretty great ideas. Do you have the model imported into MA3D? Nope, because I'm not using MA3D because it's garbage. Because first of all, what I hate about MA3D is the movement speed of the moving lights. It's not really realistic. The second thing is MA3D isn't the greatest visualizers. I mean, it's free. And to be honest, if you want to do some small stuff and you don't want to spend any money in pre-production, MA3D anytime. But if you want to use a show like this, you're not gonna get far in MA3D in terms of pre-programming a whole show and then just going there, updating a few positions, and you're ready to go. You have a little bit more to do. Do movements using effects? What do you mean exactly? Yeah, let's go over and create my second look. So what I want to do is I'm gonna put that on -3. My center, or all the objects should rotate -25 through 20. No, not through, just -25. So yes, like this. And what I want to do is create a line. -5.5, and this one -1.5. Is it how I want it to? No, it needs to go a little bit more up. So like this. So I'm gonna put that on -1. And now what we want to do is put those from, what's the value first? -5.5. And that one -1. -5.5 through -1. And rotation -25 through 25. Yep. And this one also -25 through 25. And that stays on -3. Yes. So -1 through -5.5. Boom. And -25 through 25. No. Yes. So now the whole rig, or the whole the left, the center, and the right side looks like it's attached to each other and moves in a spiral as a whole. So what we do now is store that over here. We're going to put those in reverse. That will be -1 through -5.5. Oh, wrong. -1 through -5.5. Yes. -5.5 through -1. Am I correct? Yes, as well. So now we have the we're going to make it tracking and a follow queue. So now when we replay it, we have like this amazing look. Have you tested capture L8 and or depends? No, neither of those. I only work with Wysiwyg, and I used to work with grandMA 3D, but that's all. Emiliano, I'm a whole hog 2, hog 3, hog 4 lifetime user and Wysiwyg since version 1. But think to move to MA3. Did you consider to move the MA2 show file to MA3? No, I'm not really a big fan of the MA3 at the moment. My show file as it works on MA2 wouldn't be possible and on MA3. And I'm just gonna wait and let some time pass till the software is completely ready, because it isn't at the moment, and you can clearly see that. So I'm just waiting for it. Do movement using grandMA effects, wing blocks. For those kind of things, I would create cue lists rather than effects, because this time I can control exactly what is happening with the rig. Apologies, only just come on here. What is your creating? What fixtures are they? In the I'm just gonna go over them. Just a second. Don't want that. So in the show I have pointies, which are on top of the pre-rig. I have row LED beam 150, which are on the rig, as you can see here. I have Q2 as a decoration light. In real life they use just a LED bar, but it doesn't show that good on Wysiwyg, so I used a bit of a bigger lamp. I have the P1 retro lamp in the center of the object, and that's about it. So every hoist object has 4 LED beams, 4 LED bars, or the Q2, and 1 P1, and that times 24, and then you have your fixture count. Emiliano, what if you insert a focus point in Wysiwyg? Will the lights keep the focus while you're moving the truss? That's a good question. I don't think so that they will follow, because when you assign an object or a fixture to a focus point, it will take the position where the fixture is placed, and when it's moving, I don't think it will follow. I'm gonna try that off stream, and maybe I'm gonna, if I figure out a way, I'm gonna do that in the next live stream. Clearly they won't in real world. Just curious to see how Wysiwyg will handle it. In real life they also do track positions on motion objects. What I've seen on Climax, they had a big circle, or not a big circle, I think 6 meter circle, and they had moving lights around it, and the mirror ball, or the ball in the middle of it, was moving up and down, and they tracked the position with the moving lights, so they always stayed focused on the ball. It's actually not that hard to program it, but you need to link up and be in time with motion as well, because you need to start the cue at the same time. So yeah, I think that's how they deal with it. I'm not sure how they really deal with it. I just know that this is a workaround for me and it works. So yeah, that's basically how I work. Uh, so let's make this a little bit interactive with the chat. Do you guys have any looks that I could create for you or trying to create? Uh, Tell me if you want to see a position and I should, or if I should program a position that you have in mind. Maybe we can create something that is out of my creativity or that I would think of. So let's put some suggestions or looks in the chat. I'm gonna be back in a few seconds. I'm gonna get a drink and then we will create a few more looks. Alright, I am back. Let's turn the ambient light off and have some fun in the shaded view. I wouldn't recommend that because I can show you why. Let's off that, and I'm just gonna put on the decoration lights, and now we're going to try to move it. As we can see, it's not running pretty smooth. Kind of. So let's create a little bit of a chaser over here with a cue list. Layout view. Boom. Not everything is up. Come on. Create a second queue. Let's see if that works. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, cool. Let's make it a chaser. Let's put it on the speed of a hardstyle song because it's a hardstyle stage. So now we can have a little bit of party time. So yeah, I probably gonna end the stream now. It's been an hour. I wasn't planning on doing a long stream today because it's a pretty quick tutorial. I'm maybe gonna do, as my next stream, I'll go a little bit deeper into motion objects, where I'm creating a truss with swivel connectors in between, and then make the sections of the truss moving apart from each other. So like a wing flap kind of style. Would be interesting to see the point of view of the guy standing in the center of this mecha monster. Do you mean in center of the back, or the view of the DJ? Let's just go. I think that's basically what you would see standing in the crowd, and you just can walk around. So when you come in, it kind of looks like that. Pretty crazy. If you're standing in the front of it, because that was something Q-Dance really was worried about, or when you come in from the side, because it doesn't have a really deep look, the object, but it still looks pretty amazing. So if you're standing, that's what the DJ sees. So yeah, that's basically the festival experience we get for this year. So I'm trying to get a grandMA2 again, and then do some live lightning again on an actual stage to a live set or whatever. Oh. So yeah, those are like those few points. Right, I don't think there will be any questions left. I'm gonna wait for because I have a little bit of a delay. I'm gonna wait so you can hear that before I end it, and if there aren't any questions, I'm gonna end it for today. Alright, I'm gonna end the stream. If you like the stream and you want to donate some money, there's a donation link in the description box. Would be nice. Maybe I'm gonna do some more streams. So if you want me to keep going, that would be nice. And if you have any suggestions for me to do for the next stream, feel free to message me on Facebook. My Facebook link is in the description of my timecode videos. Just send me a friend request, send me a message what you want to see, or what you want to go over, or what I should go over, or try to teach you or show you, and then we can just learn everything, as we have enough time at the moment. So yeah, see you until next time, and have a great day, great night, whatever, great morning. So see you next time. Bye bye. Thanks for tuning in.